Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. All the trigger warnings, all the greetings, all the love. My intentions for my videos are always the next 7 to 10 days. Right now, this is going to be the next 7 to 10 days for water signs. I was initially going to do fire signs, but I kept, when I would start my meditation, I kept saying water signs. So water signs, there's importance to this. And then I went to all of my playlists, right? Because I have a whole bunch of mixes. And I close my eyes and I go up, 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 down, 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 up, down. Like however many times I feel like I'll do it to the beat of a song, I'll hum and I'll move it. And I just keep doing it until I just feel the urge to just stop. I keep my eyes closed. I tap for a playlist and then I open and I click shuffle. Right? And I take note of the name of the playlist that pops up. When I did that for yours, the first thing that I took note, water signs, was that I kept scrolling. I had this urge to just go deep down on the list. So there's something you're diving deep on or you have been diving deep on. And when I finally got the urge to stop, because I, go back up and down, I go multiple directions, but the very first thing was just dive straight down, Yeah, now I'm seeing like somebody diving off of like a high dive or diving into like a cave or something. It's weird. It's like some sort of free fall or trust fall. Yes, thank you. The first one, the playlist was called Healing. There is no song in that playlist. It's all like, somatic tones or something like that, and like isochronic tones. It's like healing frequencies, right? And that's all that's on there. So I was like, okay. And then I spun again, and the playlist that it stopped on, because when I went to click shuffle, I was like, I can't shuffle this one, but I had already tapped it. I noticed it was my DIY, do it yourself. So there is something deep that you are healing within yourself at this time, water signs. And I get the feeling that no one around you knows what you're doing. Nobody really knows what you're going through at this time. So water signs, this reading is for you, okay? Set your intentions to receive whatever messages you need to receive. Do your little prayer, whatever you need. Give me permission, and here we go. And I'm being drawn to these. So interesting. So this is the Broke Chick Tarot training deck. I thought it was cute. I still prefer like a traditional for learners, because I feel like everybody should learn on the traditional. Okay, so traditional is what? Traditional is back to basics. So maybe there's something that you need to go back to basics with on how you're learning it. What are basics for all of us humans? Childhood, right? If this is something with work and you are a doctor, what is the core? What is the first thing you learn that every professor has always said, this part of your learning is going to be the most important? What part of all the doctors that you've ever met have said, this part is the most important to know, right? Holistic healers. This part is the most important to know. Herbalists. What's the most important thing for you? Scientists. Everybody, like it's, thank you. This could be like a code of ethics, a code of honor. I'm also getting coat of honor. And from that, I'm getting like a family crest, like a coat of arms, Maybe you're looking into your ancestry. 6 of Cups on the split. Yeah, into your past. There's something you're looking into the past about. You're going back to your age of innocence, right? And unfortunately, that is different for all of us. Some of us have our innocence taken from us for different reasons at different ages that it should never be even touched, right? We should be allowed to remain innocent as long as possible in life, on everything, on oh, well, you can't do that because some people don't like that. No, it's about do no harm, but also teach yourself and your kids to also take no shit, right? Like if you're being bullied, why are you just going to sit there and keep bullying it? Like bullies kill people. And I'm sorry if that triggers somebody here, but it's facts. Go do your research. Stop living in a fucking bubble. Learn the truth. You can't live in a bubble. Life happens. And if you try to hide from life, guess what? Life will freaking come to you. Y'all, let me tell you, I'm being drawn to share this, okay? I'm going to shuffle while we're at it, but I'm just going to share this story with you guys. My car, I was feeling frustrated because I was like, okay, whatever, fine. I guess I'm meant to just not have a job right now and just be stuck sitting my ass at home and not feeling bad about it. And I was trying to figure out, how the fuck do I not feel bad about fucking sitting around and not doing anything? Anything, period. Like, I'm just existing. Yeah, okay, so what? I cook, I clean. I did that anyways while I was working a full-time and in school and had kids. So now it's like something that makes you mad that you've been, it doesn't feel like there's any reason to need to learn how to do whatever you're learning at this time. Because for me, it didn't feel that way. What was I trying to be taught? If you don't go out and make life for yourself and live life the way you want to, not only in your home, but outside in your yard and outside in your neighborhood and in the whole city and in your whole state and wherever you go and travel around the world, be at home within yourself first and foremost, and the world will have no choice but to change. Okay? Because when you're doing no wrong, like you're never gonna get in trouble for doing no wrong. Do you understand? Like, I can't, that's another rabbit hole. If you don't understand that, sorry, I can't explain at this time. There's something more important for water signs that needs to come out right now. But you're getting back to basics. You're going back to the things that the foundation that your life was built upon, you already know is flawed in some way. So you're going further back. You're going back to this age of innocence, back to when everything was magic and you basically knew nothing, but you were still learning and you were still like communicating, right? All right, this is a very specific message. You are water signs. You are some of the most psychic in the zodiac, especially if you have water heavy in your chart. You're probably like ridiculously psychic, okay? You don't have to, and it's not necessary to be, but you just tend to be more sensitive. And when you get mad and you get mean, right? People then tend to think that you're like super cold-hearted and don't care. But that's not the truth. It's that you care so much that when you get wounded, you are wounded so deeply. It's like you how do I do this? You don't feel like you should ever get wounded, right? Like a dragon feels like nothing can ever pierce their scales until someone comes along, right? And then they're like taken back by it. Water signs, you feel deeply, and you have a right to feel what you feel. At this time, I feel that you are going back and looking back, not only at your life as it is right now and how people are wounding you when you, I feel, are just, I feel you're trying to be more positive. I feel you're trying to be more of what everybody's claiming that you're not, but you actually are deep down, and it is messing with you. I'm really feeling, thank you. Okay. You're probably going to feel it in lower abdominal to hip, right? Area. And it may present itself in any manner of different ways, like a multitude of ways, basically. As always, this is just spiritual energy reading, right? If you feel it's something more physical, then by all means, go and see your practitioner. I'm just giving you what is coming on a spiritual and etheric, emotional, soulful, existential level, okay? I'm getting to the root of it all, where it began, right? This is like finding patient zero. It's the one that unlocks all the answers you need. It's the only way to get proper results for your research, right? You want better people around you. And you know that that has a lot to do with the things that you choose. And that's funny. I was wondering, like, why is this one upside down? Because the rest, as you can see, they're not. Are they? Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. But this one was. And it's the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about, they're in the traditional one, right? There's like two wands on the ground, and there's a person with the world in their hand, and they're standing there, and there's this whole horizon. You can see like this land all the way to the horizon. Like it just goes on. The land goes on and on and on as far as the eye can see. And this person's holding the globe in their hand, right? So they can go anywhere in the world, do anything in the world that they choose to do. They just have to make the decision to move forward, right? To choose that path. And you've set that path with your intentions, because wands are about intentions. They're about what your passions are in life, right? So you've boom, boom. You set down one because maybe you needed to stop and pause and take a break and really make sure this is what you really wanted. And then boom, you set another one down because it is what you really wanted. And now you want to see things through the different angles, right? So you want better people in your life around you. I feel like you need more supportive people, more understanding, more compassion. And I feel that somewhere in your past you had this, and you're realizing that, and you're realizing now things that you had to learn from those people in your past. And you could be contacting those people, or, maybe you're feeling called to, or maybe you will be in the next 7 to 10 days. Not all of them, right? But I feel that maybe some of them, there might be some that you're inclined to just be like, hey, how have you been? I know it's been a while, and I was just thinking about you. Be honest. I know it's been a while, but I was just thinking about you, and I just wonder how life is going, right? Because it takes two. They might not have messaged you for a while, but you don't know what's going on with them. You don't know what's happened in the time you haven't talked, right? I called a friend recently and found out he's got a girlfriend, and I didn't even know. Last I heard, he was finally going out and just having fun, and I was like, yeah, I told you. It's good, right? You feel better. And then we had talking so long, I was like, oh, shit, dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, yeah, I just want to call you, tell you something funny, because something funny had happened with my boys. And then that was it. And I felt bad because, like, a lot of times it's sad, but like when you have a friend of the opposite sex, or even the same sex, if you're in a same-sex relationship, and sometimes you have a jealous partner, period. That's all that is, right? Like sometimes your partner is crazy jealous, and that's not always fun, right? Because sometimes the jealousy is like unnecessary. Sometimes it's the jealousy showing itself because someone is being disrespectful toward you in some way, or maybe they're like crossing a boundary, like maybe they're over sexualizing you and your partner's picking up on it, right? And you're picking up on it too, but like it's at a point where it's like they know that your partner's there, your person's right there, right? And it's getting to a level of disrespect. It's that kind of a vibe. That's like the acceptable type of jealousy, right? But this, I feel like maybe you have people around you that don't wish you well or just don't care. Right. Thank you. Very cold people. You're surrounded by cold people. Water signs, please don't get mad at me, but remember that your environment is a reflection of your environment in the world is a reflection of your world. What's in your heart? What chaos, what turmoil, what tragedy, what sorrow, what joys, what wishes, what dreams, what pleasures lie beneath here in your heart? What pleasures do you seek that bring you shame for whatever reason, or bring you excitement for what reason? This is really diving deep. Yes. King of Swords, Queen of Wands. This is really diving deep into acknowledging, how do I put this? I don't want to, it doesn't need to be like feisty in any way or anything. It's just that it just is. This is just finding It's finding courage for yourself to stop denying yourself what you're feeling and what you're experiencing and what you're longing for. Oh. Yeah, and again, one moment, please. I need to I don't like drinking on camera. Can I just turn this? Whoop, look at my candle for a minute. I gotta clean out my little candle holder, but y'all mind your business. Let me drink my water in peace. I don't feel like someone's staring at me. Okay, that's better. Does that happen to you too? Water signs, do you guys does it make you kind of feel uncomfortable if somebody is staring at you? My son's like that. One of them, not all of them. I have multiple sons, and I have multiple babies that I call my sons. Those are my babies too, my sister's kids. Anyways, so you are, yeah. You're advocating for yourself. You are protesting for yourself. You are making sure, you are erasing all doubt, right? You're erasing all doubt, which is putting you into this, it's almost like a curve that you're going around, and the power up around that curve is that now you become fearless of the unknown, right? You're no longer restless, which means your anxiety levels will be going down. It means, and that could have been happening to you, but in that anxiety going down, you're seeing where the anxiety was stemming from. And it's usually something around you. Now you've got to figure out why those things are irritating you or setting you off or making you sad or whatever, or stressing you out. You're following your rabbit holes, water signs. Ooh. Hate when they fly off the desk, so I was worried that was going to go flying. It's I gotta play tennis. I played tennis all the time, and I don't want to do that because, as you can hear, my chair is very loud. It's old. All of the chairs in this house, I think, are pushing 20 years old at this point, and they were never super expensive. I was like, yeah, whatever, this one works, let's just go. But yeah, anyways, it makes a lot of noise, so I try not to move too much when I'm doing my readings. But if you know me, you know that I'm not like this. You know I move quite a lot when I'm talking. I'll even start pacing, jumping, doing weird, random things. It just moves the energy, right? Moves the energy. Maybe you need to move right now. Move in pleasurable ways, right? You might have a job where you move a lot. You're on your feet all day. You're walking. You could be going different floors in an office building or something like that. Or maybe it's in the city and there's no parking, and so you've got to walk a few blocks, to work. And then obviously at work, you're probably still doing some sort of walking. But this is movement you enjoy. So dancing, and that can literally be just turning music on, just letting your body move. Just put something that you can kind of just vibe and flow with, right? Something that makes you, thank you. Something that makes you want to move. Something that makes you happy to move the way you're moving, like a stretch. Oh yeah, that's gonna pop, isn't it? Yep, it popped mid-back. That feels better though. And yeah. So you stretch, and sometimes there's a pop, right? But what is a pop? That is a self-adjustment of the body. It is the movement, the pushing out of air, little air pockets between the joints. That's what that pop sound is. I used to work for a chiropractor. You learn a lot, and I loved them. They were all super cool. Physical therapists are also usually really, really cool. Doctors in general, there's some really cool ones, but then you always have the ones with the God complex. That's always going to exist out there. And you just kind of go with it. And I feel that that's the type of energy that you're in, and you're allowing for all of these things. Yes. You're being very responsible with how you're moving. You see how it says slow? And it's the Knight of Pentacles. Knights are action cards, right? But the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. But he's also the only one that makes it to the end of the race that the knights were in the first place. Okay. It's almost like the knights line up and they're told, choose your weapon. Well, the Knight of Cups chooses just love and emotion. The Knight of Swords is all intellectual and just all thought and action. And the Knight of Wands is all passion and fire and charge ahead. The Knight of Pentacles that's like your wisdom, right? That's like your wisdom. That's like the wise sage, the one that's very mature for their age. So maybe you've been told that your whole life. Or maybe there's someone in your life who always seemed to have the right advice or the right answers, even when you weren't being fully forthcoming with your truth, because I'm feeling like I seeing a serpent snake where like words are coming out, but the meaning is totally different. But this person somehow always picked up on it. And you were always in awe. Like, I feel like you were always just like, how the do you know this? How do you know this? Right? But it's because you know that this person they know you. You knew that this person knew you. Whether they still can do the same, I don't know, because I feel like this is someone you haven't talked to, or maybe you haven't been around for a while. But this is what you want more of in your life. And so you're analyzing now those around you with the baseline you have from your past, from your childhood. You are now analyzing these things. I don't know where I want to put this one. Maybe I feel like I want to put it above here. So I'm gonna move the camera just a little. Yeah, we'll stand it here. You are analyzing things before you make your decisions. That is freaking beautiful, guys. It's a very nice place to be. And I feel like you're having to make some tough decisions, and I feel like you're probably getting your feelings hurt on certain levels by new levels, new devils, right? And what that can mean is that sometimes it's literally as simple as, wow, I thought this person was blah, 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 blah. But really it turns out that they're la, 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 you know, and your perspective is completely shifted. You're at a crossroads. Two of Swords. Your perspective has completely shifted. You are at a crossroads. You are at a crossroads at this time, and you are taking your time. You are slowing down, okay? Because at a crossroads, when you don't know which way you want to go because you're just going where you feel called to, right? When you're on that hermit's journey where you can only see the very next step ahead, when you're on the high priestess path where you are traveling blindly through faith and through life, right? Because the high priestess in the tarot, her eyes are covered, but and then you see all these other things like in her clothing and in her hands and all that. And it just shows that she has, like, the universe is within her. She is fully guided by that ultimate power of creation. And that is, yeah, that's the embodiment of do no harm. And therefore it's like, you will not have to take any shit because you are learning now where to avoid it. You could be possibly meeting lots of new people, and the moment the conversations get to that point where they get to go dive deeper, you are water signs, babies. You guys gotta flow. You could be friends with a lot of Aquariuses, or maybe you're gonna be meeting an Aquarius, because I can tell you right now, Aquariuses love deep diving conversations. So do some of the other air signs, but they react differently. Air signs are usually more like chill, but they're very blunt. So if you're not ready for that, just be really careful, okay? I'm trying to take care of you, water signs, because you're doing beautiful work here. This is beautiful progress. You are at a crossroads, and I want to know now, once they reach this crossroads, what is coming next for them? How will they know what's coming next? The past, nostalgia, old friends, innocence. How will they know let the past guide you? Think back to your past, if you don't want to repeat certain types of relationships with people anymore, if you don't want to have certain experiences anymore, then that change begins with you. I'm getting Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror again. And also I got There, Baby. It's just textbook stuff. It's in the ABCs of growing up. Now, don't lose your head, because none of us are perfect, and you know I love you yet. For someone, that's a message from a passed on loved one. The song is Imogen Heap. It's, what's it called? Something about cars? Stoplights? Something like that? I'll share it. I'll share the video. I haven't done that for a while. I will share that. Right. You're using the past. You're going to be using the past to help assert yourself. We now have the Knight of Swords, and it says assertive, opinionated, and impulsive. But I do not feel that you're being impulsive. You're actually using the Knight of Swords energy the way that it is supposed to be used for that eagle eye perspective, for that razor focus of zoning in on specific things that show you where your impulses lie and will teach you why it is that you feel that way. I feel like there's some sort of repression of the physical that is affecting you. High Priestess. Water signs. There's something in your environment, or your environment in its entirety itself. You may need to make many changes. There's something that is preventing your bloom. The lotus has risen from the silt, or whatever is at the muck at the bottom of the pond. It has risen through the hazy waters, and it has found its way, after coiling and spinning through the other plants and seeking that light. It has reached the top, but now the lotus still has this grimy film over it that keeps the lotus like this. Right? And this is where the lotus has to push their energy out to break that and bloom. You are the lotus blooming. You are going to be blooming. You are going to be using this lesson, or multiple, it feels like many lessons from your past, of what you want, what you do not want, what you like, what you do not like, what you will resist, what you will allow, right? Right. You're taking care of yourself. You're tired of feeling pulled in so many different directions. Again, with this Two of Swords and the crossroads here, you're tired of feeling pulled in so many different directions. You're realizing that if you have kids, you could be realizing that maybe they're not as into some of the stuff that they're doing as they used to be. And you might be having a talk, like an honest conversation with them, like, hey, do you still like this? But do you want to keep doing it like that? Or do you want to just have it be something you do every now and then as fun? And then let them know, well, okay, that means that you won't be going to this specific school with these friends there, and you won't be going there anymore. We can still maybe go to some of their events, but you won't be going there regularly. Are you sure? Like, you're giving them options. I feel like it's important for you at this time that you're doing unto others as you want them to do unto you. You're taking that chance. You are blindly diving into the abyss of opening your heart. And I feel like it's just a little. Don't get scared, water babies. I know you guys don't like to get hurt. I know that. And trust me, if anyone does, pour all of your rage and your fury into the tears that you cry over the pain they caused. Because you have a right to feel that pain, that rage, that fury. Pour it into that. because that rage, that fury, those darker emotions, right? They're just teaching you, I don't want that ever again. And so now you have guides showing you the angles of how things can go. And you're learning to navigate the angles, right? It's like you're learning how to fly slipstream. If you've ever watched the show Andromeda, the slipstream is like this type of travel, and it can be pretty dangerous. It takes a really good pilot, right? It's like you're learning how to navigate in slipstream. Some of here, you're acknowledging that your babies aren't babies, and they're like teens, like they're growing up, and their needs and their wants are all changing. But it's also showing you how your needs and your wants have changed, because maybe you really wanted them in all of this stuff, or maybe you yourself were like, you were going to yoga, you were going to weights, and you were doing Zumba, and maybe you don't want to do all of those anymore. Maybe now you just want to actually go out up into the mountains and go hiking, right? Maybe now you want to do scuba diving instead, or free diving, because there is a lot about deep diving in this reading. So maybe that is something that will give you that expansive feeling that you need, while bringing it in a way that makes you feel empowered instead of a way that makes you cower. I feel like getting one of these for you guys, and then that'll be the end of it. I'm not even going to look on the split. I'm just going to shuffle it out. I have to like close my eyes and look away, y'all, because I'm so nosy that I'm too tempted. I care too much. And maybe you feel that way too, water babies, but let me tell you, you can never care too much, okay? What you can do is you can overgive, you can overthink, you can over-allow, but you can never love too much. There's nothing wrong with loving. All of the love you give will always come back to you. If someone hurts you or betrays you or is mean to you, that's okay. Instead of being mad and saying, I hate them, I wish they would die, then say instead, I hate how they made me feel. I wish that they would see the truth. I wish that they would learn what love really means. Who knows, one day they might say you cursed them, but really you didn't. What you did was you blessed them with the ultimate blessing, the blessing of unconditional love. And if they fucked up, then they fucked up. And guess what? They got to go through whatever the fuck they got to go through to learn whatever the fuck they need to learn. And that's on them, not you. Don't even feel sorry about that. You gave when you needed to give. And I feel this one, so we're going to look at it. That's right. This is balancing that shit out. 2 of Pentacles, macrocosm. Look at this. And it's interesting because I'm recording this on the 28th of August, 2024. And this morning there was an alignment of like 6 different, I know it was Saturn was one of them, Uranus, I don't remember which other ones, but there was an alignment this morning. So there's something here about an alignment. And this is you. This is your alignment. You are the central sun of this galaxy, right? Hell, you are the central sun of your universe. And you're realizing that, yeah, if you don't really slow down and put things in order and do the repairs, because, I'm getting like a construction worker, like they're filling in the potholes, right? Like, yeah, thank you. Sometimes it's a matter of filling a pothole, and sometimes it's a matter of ripping up the entire road, what do they call that? One of my sons used to actually work in this line of work. It's where they level the ground. I can't remember the damn word for it, and I don't want to yell at him for it, but whatever. And you've got to level that out to then repave it, right? For it to be smooth, flat, and work properly instead of sending the vehicles all like this, because at higher speeds, that's very dangerous. So things are about to start picking up for you. I don't feel like physically. I feel like physically things are going to actually slow down and curl back in. Like I'm seeing a wave curling in, right? So things are going to, and then the wave comes back and then it goes forward again. Okay. So yeah, ride your wave in life, however it is going for you. If it's time to curl in and retreat, curl in and retreat. If it's time to rise above and surf that wave and be at the top, then do that. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. That's going to help you balance things out and gain that alignment. All right, water babies, that's what I have for you. I'm so glad I did this because it felt like somebody really needed to hear this. So if that was you and you feel comfortable enough, let me know in the comments or just like the video. It's a beautiful exchange of energy. It merges you with my collective intentions every week. And let me tell you, I'm constantly praying for everybody. So many blessings. Yes, I just want clarity and truth for everybody and peace and love. And I know sometimes that takes us down paths that can be a little bit challenging, but that's why you have spiritual advisors here to help guide you. If you're new and you like the way I read, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload new videos. I think it's on that side. I don't know what side's going to pop on. Whatever. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.